Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome. Welcome for today's continuous studies on Bhagavad Gita. And today we're going to discuss on chapter 8. And today is 18th October 2024, Friday. And today is a super auspicious day. The most auspicious month, actually, the most auspicious month in the entire year is called the month of Damodara. Okay, so here we are celebrating this Damodara Puja. So, whereby Damodara is actually just a short clip about Damodara. But before that, let's do our invocation prayer. Yes, SM, I saw you. You want to say something? Or you can just send a message. Okay, so before we start, let's do our invocation prayer. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobistam Stapidam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Darati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Uta Padakamlam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajadam Shahagana Raghunathan Vidam Tam Sajivam Satvaitam Savaduta Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vidamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanustude Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimadi Jaya Pataka Swami Niti Namine Namacharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayine Gaurakada Damadaya Nagaragrama Tarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasa Chadistarine Manchakalpatarubhescha Kripa Sindhubevacha Paditanam Pavinebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nasta Presu Abhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Hari Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. So today, welcome all to discuss on chapter 8, which is going to be very, very interesting chapter, where Krishna is going to talk about the universal creation, the universal form, and all these things. And today is a very auspicious day. Today is Damodara Puja. So it's considered the most auspicious month of the year. And the highlight of this Damodara Puja is Deepavali. Okay. Then just a short note about Damodara. On this day, actually, Lord Damodara, in the form of a baby, he was toddler, and he used to go and terrorize all the neighbors, right? He used to go and terrorize all the neighborhood until all the neighbors come and complain to Mother Yasoda, saying that your mischievous son is coming to our house, stealing our butter, and at the same time breaking the pot. And Mother Yasoda was telling, I don't believe you because we have everything here in this house. And why actually he need to steal the butter from your house when everything is available here? So one day, hey, what they do, all the gopis, all the neighbors will tie the bell, the string of bell, and then in between they tie that, what they call the butter pot. And this Lord Damodara, along with his, Lord Krishna, the baby Krishna, with his brother Balaram, used to go there. And so what happened, when he saw all the bells, and he told the bell, all of you keep quiet. Okay. And all the bell, nothing rang. So he took the thing, he broke the pot, And when he took the butter and put into the mouth, all the bells started ringing. Ring, 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 right? And he said, hey, why did you ring? Why suddenly you start ringing? He said, oh, Krishna, when the offering to you, when we do offering, we have to ring the bell. And that's what we did. And he was caught red-handed. And he was brought to Mother Yashoda. And Mother Yashoda will be very upset, saying that, why do you like to steal butter from the neighbor when I'm producing the best butter? Okay. That's why his name became Makan Chor. Makan means butter. Chor means thief, butter thief. So he used to do that. And then after that, the mother will be very upset and she will go and tie to the wooden mortar. In Tamil, we call volakai. The stick, they try to break the rice, into powder, into the wheat into powder. She will tie Krishna into that wooden mortar. So when she tie, there'll be always 2-finger short. Short. Then tell the gopis, bring me a longer rope and tie again 2-finger short. And again and again and again until Mother Yasoda became so overwhelmed and she started crying, oh my God, Krishna, why are you torturing me like this? And Krishna was so compassionate, seeing that mother was like lamenting, and he allowed himself to be tied. So this is the festival whereby a devotee at last tied Krishna to the mortar. God is omnipotent, omnipresent. And as what we have studied in chapter 7, he said, even though I've created all these 3 modes of material nature, I am above all this. I am not involved, even though everything is in me, but I am not there because I am God, right? But here is the festival whereby we celebrate, where Krishna was at last was caught and tied by a devotee through pure devotional service. So this is an indication that every one of us can capture Krishna and keep it in our heart. And not only that, we tie him on the rope. Okay. So we tie Krishna to ourselves. So this is the month. And on this month, what we do, the ritual is simply offer ghee lamp to Krishna. And just now the song we played, Namam Ishwaram Sachit Ananda Rupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam Yashoda Biyo Luka Ladavamanam Paramristam Atyanta Todutya Gopya Rudanta Muhur Netra. So this is a Ashtakas, 8 songs. We sing and we offer ghee lamp to the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. So when we offer a ghee lamp, especially in this, starting from today until 15th November, okay, 15th November, when you start to offer this ghee lamp to Krishna, you are, first of all, you're capturing Krishna in your heart. Number 2, all that sins and all that bad karma that we have created, all will destroy in the blink of the eyes. Okay, we have 3 types of karma. One is sanchari karma. Second is prarabdha karma. And number 3 is kutta karma. So when you look at these karmas, okay, especially okay, let me just show it this way. Okay. So when we look at all these karmas, it's just like this. Okay, let me see. Where can I get the thing? Okay. Just imagine. This is the huge funnel. Okay. And underneath, there is a So something like this. Okay. So when you see that the black thing here is called sanchari karma. So sanchari karma means the karma that we have accumulated for the last millions of birth and death that we have taken. And how many times we have born, later we'll describe in chapter 8. So all that karmas that we have created, all right? So millions and millions and millions of lifetime that we have gone through in this world, okay? In this planet, in this environment. So millions of birth that we have taken. So what happened? We have created so much of karma. We have accumulated so much of karma. And how the karma looks like? All the karma is in the form of what they call beach. Beach means BEEJ. All right. Beach means what they call in the form of seed. Okay. So all the things that we have created, what we do, we just simply have collected thousands and thousands of hey, what's happening? So like that, there are so many uncountable beats that we have accumulated in all our life in this material world. So sometimes we ask, why, what sin did I do? What I did? I was not I only thought of good things to people. Why good things happened? I mean, bad things happen to good people. Why for bad people, nothing seems to be happening, right? Because we must understand whatever situation that we are now, whatever consequences that we are suffering now, it's all from the previous birth. So all these things come in the form of a seed. Okay. And most probably and most probably the things that you are suffering here is maybe from your many birth before. Okay, it's not maybe from this birth, but maybe the consequences that you are suffering here might be from the karma that you are suffering, that you are actually enjoying or suffering from maybe another 5-10 birth before. Okay, example. Okay, so what happened this seed? So this is considered like, okay, we also can consider this like a huge warehouse, right? Warehouse of previous birth karmic seed. Okay, warehouse of previous birth karmic seed. All right, and what we call this? We call this as sanchari. All right, we call this sanchari. So that means all these things are most likely from your previous birth karmic seed. Okay, so now second, this area is called prarabdha karma. So prarabdha karma, what does that mean? Prarabdha karma means the karma that has been, all the seeds were taken out, and now sent for fructifying. All right, the seeds are taken from your warehouse, and now you're planting the seed to fructify. All right, so all the seeds will be coming down into this funnel. Okay, as the things coming down into the funnel. Okay, so now all the seeds are getting fructified. Okay, so all the seeds are getting fructified. Okay, all the seeds are getting fructified. So once the okay, seeds getting fructified. Okay, so what happened when the seeds start to berchamba, with fructify, it will be sent to this place all the seeds will be sent to this area, okay, which is called, okay, this area is basically the seeds that has been fructified. Okay. Okay. This is the thing that all got fructifying. Okay. That means now you start to see the benefit or the consequences of your karma that you have done. So this is called okay, fructified. All right, fructified seed turning into a tree producing fruits. Okay, producing fruits. Now, so what you call this? Okay, now let me highlight these things. So producing fruit means what? So that means it's producing fruit. That means you are suffering. That means all the bad or good things that this thing, you are suffering the consequences. So what we call this? We call this as Kutta Karma. So what is Kutta Karma means? So the Kutta Karma means the karmic reaction that you are suffering now. So now you see, first we have this thing called Sanchari Karma that we are not in control. Okay. So whatever consequences, all still there is a millions of seeds are waiting that for you to suffer maybe this birth, next birth, or the following birth. And all the activities that you're doing now is the consequence. Maybe you may suffer maybe another 5 or 10 births down the road. Because that means it's keep adding on, and down there is keep going down into the funnel. So that means these are the seeds that has been gone into the funnel. We call prarabdha karma. So this prarabdha karma, where we can find out, we see it in astrological chart. In astrological chart, what we see? We see our Rasi, Nakshatra, and Lakna. So Rasi means your body, your star. Star means like Gemini, Sagittarius. The star is your body. Nakshatra means your mind. What is in your mind? Your mind is influenced by the nakshatra. And your Lakna is your mission, or what you're going to achieve in this, what are you going to do. The consequence, that means all your activities, the future and everything is all ruled by Lakna. And that Lakna is called Prarabdha Karma. So all due to the Prarabdha Karma, you are seeing. And your Rasi Nakshatra is called Kutta Karma. And where can you find Kutta Karma? You see in your palm. When you look at your palm, what are the things that sing? This is the thing that you're going to suffer the consequences now. Okay, now what's happening? Okay, this is what. That means all the things common. So now your thing, okay, this is what you're going to say. So when you look at it, this life is, this whole world is such a miserable place. It's horrible. I do not need to tell you. All right, you also understand. Yes, Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu. Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu.
Please repeat that Rasi, Lakshana, and Nakshatra, Prabhu.
Rasi means your body. Nakshatra is your mind. Lakna is your soul. Your what they call your mission in this life. What are you going to do? That is your Lakna. Okay. Got it, Prabhu?
Thank you, Prabhu.
All right. So now when you see, so that means we are all suffering the consequences. So now what happened when we chant Hare Krishna, when we read book, especially we will study this in chapter 9, text 2. If you all have time, go and read chapter 9, text 2, the purport. Prabhupada will be explaining how that Prarabdha Karma and Kutta Karma will not affect a person who always chant the holy name of the Lord and also reads the Bhagavad Gita. All right. So, what is it?
I have a question. Can I ask something to do with what you speak?
Yeah, sure.
So you say the Lakna is what we're going to do in our life now, right? What we want to achieve,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So some people got good, strong, some people got weak Lakna. So they have to leave the birthplace to go out. Have you heard such a thing?
See, you are going into detail. See, Lakna means this is only the basic thing. All right. Just say you buy a house, in KL, okay? That is your Rasi. And your nakshatra, you buy a house which is big, double story or huge house. That is your mind. And your Lakna means, and you are living in a guarded property. That is Lakna. But other than that, there are other 9 planets that's going around you, creating consequences. You understand? So
Mm.
this is just her basic statement. Say, like, for instance, I live in Ipoh. That is my Rasi. My nakshatra, I'm living in a house. Okay. And number 3, I'm living in a Lakna means I'm living in a guarded property. Okay. But other planets are there. That means I may have a very noisy neighbor here. I may have a neighbor who has a dog, and in front there's a neighbor who has a cat and always come and shit in my house. So these are the other planets are there to create consequences. All right. So we have no choice. There's nothing like a strong Lakna or weak Lakna. It all depends on how strong and how bad is your karma. how the karma
Okay.
going to toikran you. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
So now we see, when we chant Hare Krishna, what happened? We are clearing off all these prarabdha karma. All the prarabdha karma that we have created, everything is destroyed at once. All right. But after that, after this thing is destroyed, the sanchari karma, the warehouse, it will keep dropping down again into this funnel, which is called prarabdha karma. So it will keep dropping back again. It's filling it up again. Right. Then after that, it finishes. Then we chant Hare Krishna again. Everything is gone. Then it fills up again. It fills up the places again. All right. So like that. So it's getting cleared and getting filled up, getting cleared and getting filled up. Okay. And of course, the Kuta karma is the consequences. Now we are having suffering from certain type of disease. We are having a certain, okay, like for instance, what type of spouse, type of life, the job, and all these things is all based on the fructified, the Kuta karma. Okay. So like that, we are transmigrating. So now when we offer the ghee lamp to Lord, it says that if you're going to do these prayers at least for 1 month, at least half of your what they call the prarabdha karma can be gone. I mean, sanchari karma, the sins that we have created for millions of birth and death, all can be nullified at once. And all these things is also getting nullified very quickly. Okay, very quickly. And at the same time, this kuta karma, the karma that's considered that you're going to suffer now, yeah, mental anxiety and all these things, all can be destroyed at once. And not only that, if you're going to offer the ghee lamp and going to dedicate to your forefathers who have passed away, also they can get liberated in whatever condition they are. So when you see this, this Damodara Puja is basically a what they call end-year discount. Okay, cheap sale, or what they call end-year, what do you call that? The sales. What is the word? What is the word they use? End-year bonus sales. End of the year, they do this kind of sales, right? Big discount
Wholesale.
sales. Huh?
Wholesale.
What is it?
Wholesale.
Wholesale. Okay. It can be wholesale, or Krishna is giving you a big, huge discount. And what he says, simply offer me a ghee lamp. All right. You can achieve all the things which it takes a lot of effort to achieve, especially in this month. So this is such a huge festival. So please don't miss it. So have you all prepared a ghee lamp? I told you to prepare ghee lamp. Did you all do it?
Yes, Jay.
Okay,
Yes.
good. For others?
I'm-
Others have prepared the ghee lamp. So I'm going to share the video. So what are you going to do? You're going to offer the ghee lamp, okay, in virtual. Then take the ghee lamp and put it in your altar or put it anywhere, okay? Don't put it for your computer. All right. So if you have not done, it's okay. We're going to do it again tomorrow. So we make it a practice until we finish this chapter 18. We got another 10 more chapters to go. In other words, just another 10 more days we are done. So please make full use of this festival and let's do this thing. All right. So
Prabhuji,
yeah.
what about must it be the stick? Without the stick, can
What is
we
stick?
offer just without the stick
That means on a, how are you going to do
on
it?
the small? Later, I
One
will
check.
send you with a picture. I'll
Agal
send.
velakku la, agal velakku. You're talking about agal velakku, right?
அகல் விளக்கு எப்போதும் எரியும். Another one is the சின்னதா அப்படியே காட்டுவோமே தீபம் காட்டுவோமே நெய்
Can,
தீபம்.
can.
Can also.
See, the thing is, of course, usually we use that small pot to offer. But now, of course, we understand the ghee is very expensive. You know, it's going to be very expensive.
Yeah.
That's why we ask you to do with the stick.
Oh.
But if you can use the ghee, it's okay. But if you can't afford ghee or you can't get ghee, sesame oil also fine. Yellenne. All right. Okay. So now we start our program. ISKCON Ipoh proudly presents with collaboration with ISKCON Malaysia and also with this ISKCON Ipoh Bhakti Yoga Center proudly presents Gita Gyan, the essence of Bhagavad Gita, chapter 8. So, okay, now let's, so before we start, let's look at this, Lord Damodara. So now you all have got the ghee lamp with you. So maybe you can start offering the ghee lamp. So how you should offer the ghee lamp is like this. Okay, take the ghee lamp. At the lotus feet, show it 4 times. Okay, on his belly 2 times, on his face 3 times, and all over 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay.
Prabhuji, can you tell again?
At the lotus feet 4 times. At the feet 4 times. Belly 2 times.
Okay.
Feet 4 times. Feet 4 times.
Feet. Oh, now only lighting up.
Because I went up to take it and come.
Okay.
That one I got one lighted up. So
Okay. Sorry. Okay. At the lotus feet, show it 4 times. Namam Ishwaram Sachit Anandarupam Rasakundalam Gokule Brajamanam Yashoda Biyolukalada. Okay, at the belly, 2 times. Belly, the belly here, 2 times. And on the face 3 times. 2, 3. Now overall 7 times.
7 times.
Oh, yes.
All clockwise.
Of course. Everything is clockwise.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7. Very good. Okay, now everybody. Okay, now she's showing the ghee lamp. You can just virtually touch the ghee lamp and take the blessings. All right, just touch the ghee lamp. Table, fantastic. This is what technology is about. All of us are fantastically connected. I think this is one of its kind. Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu. Even we can perform this in a. Okay, so now today we dedicate this program to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And this program also inspired by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj. He's a governing body commission and also a spiritual master. And also dedicate this program to His Grace Anari Jagannath Prabhu of Bengaluru ISKCON Shishadipuram, creator and brainchild of the essence of Gita program worldwide. So now let's look at today's Gita. Today's understanding. Okay, this is very, very, very inspiring actually. So, Gitaya Pustakam Yatra Nitya Patascha Vartate Tatra Sarvani Tirtani Prayagadini Bhutale. So, it's from Sri Vaishnava Tantriya Sara 4. So, what is Krishna says here? I mean, he says here, Gitaya Pustakam Yatra. Gita means is Bhagavad Gita. Pustakam. Pustaka means, of course, in Tamil also we call Pustakam, right? Pustaka, in Malay also we call Pustaka. Pustaka means what? Book. Yatra. Yatra means place of pilgrimage. Nitya Patascha Vartane. Tatra Sarvani. Tatra Sarvani, all varieties. Tirtani, holy abode, holy places. Prayagadini, like Prayagraj in North India, Allahabad. Bhutale. So it says here, All the holy places in this universe, such as Prayag, are eternally present wherever the Gita, the eternal book of divine song, is present. Imagine, my dear Prabhus and Matajis. In this here it says, wherever the Gita is present, the eternal book of divine song is present, that place is a place of pilgrimage. So when you carry the book wherever you go, you keep the book in your house and everything. So your place, so it's mentioned that your house, all that holy places in the universe, not only in this world, in the entire universe, is present. Right? So when you have the faith, if you really believe this enough, you have the strong faith enough. So that means you're talking about Tirupati. You're talking about Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, Sindhu, Kaveri, Godavari. We're talking about Badrinath, Muktinath, Kedrinath, Bhaktinath, Muktinath. We are looking at Allahabad. Prayag. We are looking at Vrindavan, Mayapur. Then we are looking at Jagannath Puri. Puri Jagannath. We are just in 108 Divadesham. All these holy places present where the book is there. So when you have the book right in front of you, it shows that all the entire holy tirtha is there. So what happened? The advantage of the holy tirtha, if you have the holy tirtha, there's no space for these kind of unwanted things, evil spirit, black magics, all these kind of inauspicious things. All is destroy. It will run away, far away. Durena, it's far away. It just run away from your house. Right? That's why once I did this Ghostbuster job. All right. I just tried after listening to all this. There's one particular house which is quite haunted, especially the room. I just brought the Gita into that room and I started reciting the Gita. Then after that, they called me up. They said, wow, this everything, whatever things that we have spent so much of money to chase that fleur out, couldn't. Now, just by when you came, everything run. Then he said, now I got another thing, I got my uncle was having the same price. I say, hello. I'm not a Bobo, okay? I'm not a Ghostbuster. I just want to test what they call this Vaishnava Tantra Sara says. All right, I just want to test it actually. It's not to say I'm going to be what do you call Bomo, or what they call what castman, or what they shaman or something like that. Bomo, or I'm not going to be I'm not a Ghostbuster. Okay, so that's the thing. Think about the person who are suffering and struggling, all because of Vastu problem. All can be because of that nakshatra, Rasi nakshatra, the stars. They're all sitting in the wrong place and not being very favorable. And some of them are maybe because of they're suffering from some prarabdha karma, some severe karmas. Or maybe there's some disturbance from these black magics and all these things. Just tell them, keep a Bhagavad Gita with them. But how do we worship Bhagavad Gita? Not by offering ghee lamp, not by offering incense, not by offering flower. We worship Bhagavad Gita by reading it, by studying it. That's how we worship Bhagavad Gita, right? So when how we worship Ganga, by taking a dip in it, not simply stand at the side and just worship Ganga. No point. You have to dip into it. So like that, all that auspicious things present when there is Gita present in your house. So think about it. Whoever needs a Gita, this is a very auspicious month also to distribute Bhagavad Gita. So do tell me, I'll send the Gita to them and they will definitely benefit. All right. So now let's look at this, understanding the Gita. In this world, men are not meant for quarreling like cats and dogs. In this world, men are not meant to simply quarrel like cats and dogs. Man must be intelligent to realize the importance of human life, and refuse to act like an ordinary animal. A human being should realize the aim of his life, the aim. And this direction is given in Vedic literature. So, the direction of the human life is given in Vedic literature. So there are so many directions, but the essence is given in Bhagavad Gita. Vedic literature is meant for human beings, not for animals. Animals can kill other animals and there's no question of sin on their part. But if a man kills an animal for the satisfaction of his uncontrolled taste, he must be responsible for breaking the laws of nature. So what we can consider this. So when we are breaking the law of nature, we are punishable. When we break the law of the country, we are punishable. For instance, you go to Thailand, you can take heroin or some kind of heroin, and there's no problem with it because that country, the heroin is legal. But the same heroin you bring it to Malaysia, you're asking for trouble. If the same heroin you bring it to Singapore, that's it, you hang to death. So all that laws has been created according to the time, place, and circumstances, according to that country's law and the country's belief system. Like I remember listening to one of the lecture, one of the talk by Lee Kuan Yew, is telling, I need to put a very, very severe punishment. You carry the thing more than 3 grams, you die. You have no right to live because you are here to destroy the nation. All right. But at the same time, in Singapore, in Malaysia, they said, well, last time they say conquer, this thing, but they say if you have a big lump sum, only we sentence you to death. Others are okay. But when you look at this, like in Australia or this Holland, all these things, drugs are legal. They said just like how we take cigarettes, beer, coffee, and tea. So that is also legal. Okay, they also legal. So they legalize. So it's all according to that belief system they have created. But there is one law that has been created by the Lord. And that is the called law of nature. So every human being, every living entity is passing through. Why committing suicide is a sin? It's your life, it's your body. You have all rights to do whatever things you want to do to the body. I don't feel like living, I just commit suicide. But after that, the law of nature says, all right, if you think that you don't want to adhere to the law of nature, until you finish your quota as a human being, you live in a subtle body, in the ghost and ghastly form. Then after that, for the next 7 generations, you will never have a body you will never have a gross body. Right? You have your rights, the nature has its rights. So like that, when all that animals are given a certain quota, when what they call, when a living entity take the form into an animal life, it is because of their karma they have done. To be born as an animal is abominable. All right, it is nasty. They have done really nasty sins. So that's why they fell from that human being, fall into this animal kingdom. That is a terrible, that's why Krishna says, when you serve this, you are safe from the greatest type of danger. So what is the greatest type of danger? To be born into an animal kingdom. That is so scary. All right. So when a person is sentenced to that abominable body, and he has to finish off, already have taken birth in the animal kingdom, in the form of animal, it is so sinful and it's so painful, and it's going to be like, it's so terrible, okay, to be born in the animal kingdom. But what we do, while waiting for them to finish their quota, we take them and slaughter them halfway and start to eat the flesh. So we must understand, the flesh is made from bone, marrow, blood, pus, and stool. And the thing was injected through a male semen. And it went into this female, they call the egg, and from there it's created. And all that entities are brought to this world through the 4 ways. One is through the semen. Second is through perspiration or water, like mosquitoes all born from water, like frogs and everything. Then the third is through the seeds. And others, the other one is through what they call seed, semen, egg. Another one is through the egg. All right, the law of nature, like the womb that women, that mammals are carrying in the stomach, the eggs, chickens are putting it out. So it's like external, like external memory card. Sometimes when you have external memory card, it's just like that. One is inbuilt, second one is external, and we are killing. And somehow when they say egg is a vegetarian, egg is the most abominable. The egg is naturally created to store. I mean, the hen, the chicken has to be, or chicken or duck or whatever, it's supposed to appear from there. But what they do, they electrify the chicken. So prematurely, the chicken is throwing out all that eggs. And because of electrocution, the inside the embryo, whatever it is dead. And now some silly vegetarians, super silly vegetarians, they say egg is vegetarian. That is that most craziest thing that has been created. And now everywhere, you even go to just some Chinese vegetarian restaurant, they say, oh, egg. But the egg is vegetarian, ma. Who said not? There's no life. Yeah, because the life has been electrocuted. Right? That's why sometimes they like I saw my friend used to say, when he was young, he was so poor, they used to eat this ayam pencen. I say, what is ayam pencen? The retired chicken. So the chicken has been electrocuted until the fella cannot produce any more egg, sent for slaughter. It's very much cheaper. Right? So it's like that. Very nasty, crazy way. I do not need to torture a seed to produce a tree. I do not need to torture, a seed to produce vegetable. I just throw the seed and the vegetable comes out. And some say, well, you think vegetable no life? Yes, it has life. So isn't that also killing? No, because you know why? When I do not need to kill the plant to take pumpkin. I just need to pluck the pumpkin. I do not need to kill the tree to take mango. All right? Watermelon, I do not need to kill. Then when you look at the root, like potatoes and all this, what they call carrots and all this kind of vegetable we get. What vegetable is that? It grows and after that you see the leaves start to dry up. So that means it has already died. And when the thing dies, that's when we harvest that vegetable and we eat it. I'm saying it in a very nasty way, right? It's just like a common way. So I am eating the food which is dead, which has died naturally. So what Prabhupada says, if you think you really want to eat meat, let the thing die naturally. Let the chicken or the cow or the goat dies naturally, then eat it. Let it finish its quota. After that, whether you eat it or you throw into the, you go to bury it or you go to burn it, it doesn't make any difference. So similarly, because I thought of planting, harvesting, at first I thought I want to plant these potatoes, right? Or even ginger. When the things start to grow, how to know whether inside is already done? Or you take that tapioca. You see the plant grow so tall, and you see the leaf start turn yellow and it start falling down. It's considered down there is already ripe. So the plant is already dead. So I just pull out. I see lots of things. It's like that. But of course, when you're going to eat it without offering to Krishna, it's also sin. Fair enough. But anyway, it's easy. So what I'm saying is, when we must be responsible for breaking the law of nature. We are creating unnecessary sin just for the satisfaction of the tongue, the 6 inches tongue. Because after the throat, anything goes down, everything is same. Right? Only the satisfaction of the tongue. The tongue want to satisfy. And our body is not created to eat meat. That's why human beings need to cook the meat and eat. If we are carnivores, we should have just catch the pig or catch the goat and just eat it directly. Just take it, eat it directly. But we can't do that. Okay, because our intestines are different. When the carnivore, we couldn't digest the food. We couldn't digest the meat. That's why we have to cook it. We have to cook it, make everything soft. All the thing becomes so soft and everything, then we eat it. So we cannot eat it raw. Okay, so in Bhagavad Gita, it is clearly explained that there are 3 kinds of activity according to the different modes of nature. Okay, the activities of goodness, passion, and ignorance. Similarly, there are 3 kinds of eatable also. Eatable in goodness, eatable in passion, and also eatable in ignorance. All of this is clearly described, and if we properly utilize the instruction of Bhagavad Gita, then our whole life will become purified. And ultimately, we will be able to reach the destination which is beyond this material sky. Right? So with that reflection, let's start our discussion on chapter 8, Bhagavad Gita. The title is Attaining the Supreme. What is that way to attain the Supreme? All right. So we just recap from 730, the last verse of chapter 7. Sadi bhutadi daivam mang sadi yaknam cha ye vidu prayana kale picha mang te vidur yukta chetasaha. So Krishna says here, those who are in full consciousness of me, who know me, the Supreme Lord, to be the governing principle of the material manifestation. That means he's the in charge of all the material manifestation of the demigods and of all methods of sacrifice, can understand and know me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even at the time of death. So in 8.1, Krishna is starting. Kim tat brahma, kim adhyatmang, kim karma purushottama, adi bhutam cha king proktam, adi daivam kim uchyate. So Arjuna is asking the question, all right? Arjuna is asking a question. Okay, he said, "Oh my Lord, oh Supreme Person, what is Brahman?" So you're talking about Brahman. What is Brahman? What is the self? What are the fruitive activities? Palam. Okay, what are the fruitive activities? What is this material manifestation? What is this material manifestation? And what are the demigods? Who are they? Please explain this to me. So now Arjuna is asking 4 questions. That is Brahman. Who is Brahman? What is the self? What is the fruitive activities? What is the material manifestation? Sorry. And what are the demigods? 5 questions. He's asking all these 5 questions in chapter 8. So then after that he still continues. Adi yakna katam kotra dehismin madhusudana prayana kale cha katam yeyosi niyatatma bi. Then after that he's asking further questions. What he says, who is the Lord of sacrifice? How does he live in this body, O Madhusudana? How does he live in your body? And how can those engaged in devotional service know you at the time of death? How those perform devotional service can know you at the time of death? Okay, so this is the question that Brahma asked. So Arjuna's query, who is Brahman? Who is Brahman? Brahman means, Krishna answer, indestructible living entity. So that means we are the living entity is called Brahman. Adhyatma, the control of the body. Who are they? Eternal nature, the self, to serve the Supreme. What is karma? Okay, karma means work or fruitive activities. And Krishna says which activity which generates the material body of the living entity. Yes. So what is karma means? Like just now as we discussed, the karma means the activity that generates the material body. Example, what are you today of what you have eaten yesterday? If yesterday only you have eaten rubbish, today you should be suffering the consequences. Right? Just say yesterday, yesterday night you went for a curry mee, and you eat with this, what they call this chili padi, or you take some sambar, extremely hot, you whack. But today what will happen? You will be sick, right? So you are what you have eaten yesterday. You are today of what you have eaten yesterday. Similarly, you are today of what karmic activities that you have done in the past. And you shall be in the future of what karmic activities that you are performing now. All right? Of what? So all that activities that we are doing is actually simply generating our future body. So the future body is there's of two options you have. All right? What are those options? Number 1, if you think you want to really give up this material, you want to go back to Godhead, you will get that spiritual body, your original body. Well, I still want to go on enjoy my life here. You get your bodies in according to 8.4 million species of life, right? The material created body. So Adi Bhuta, the material manifestation, is constantly changing physical world. All right, the material world is keep changing. Adi Daiva, the supreme demigod. So that means the universal form which includes all demigods and their different planets, which we're going to discuss, I think, chapter 9 or chapter 10. Adi Yakna, the enjoyer of sacrifice. Paramatma is every embodied being. Paramatma in every embodied being. That is Krishna himself. We're going to discuss this now. Where does Adi Yakna resides? Where does he reside? He resides in everyone's heart. How to remember Krishna at the time of death? That is going to be next slide. So now, in 8.5, Krishna says, Antakale chamang eva smaran muktva kalevaram ya prayati satmat bhavam yati nastyatra shangshayaha. So Krishna says, and whoever at the end of his life quits his body remembering me alone, at once attain my nature or son of these, there's no doubt. So Krishna says, and whoever antakale chamam eva. So he's not saying that only specific people. He said, whoever, anybody, at the end of his life quits his body. When he leave our body, remembering Krishna alone, only him. So what Krishna says, at that once, he attains my nature. You go back home, back to Godhead. And of there is no doubt. But at the same time, yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tyaja tyante kalevaram tam tam evaiti kaunteya sada tadbhava bhavitaha. But at the same time, Krishna says, whatever state of being one remembers when he quits his body, oh son of Kunti, that state you will attain without fail. Now we can understand why in chapter 3 Krishna says, do without attachment. Just simply perform your duty. Don't expect anything. Just do your duty without expectation. But there will be some benefit from your duty. And again, he explained in Karma Yoga, chapter 5. He said, dedicate that to me. Dedicate the result of your activity also to me. Why? Because now we understand in 8.6. Whenever we get attached to our job, whenever we feel that I am the doer, I am the one who are doing it, I am this thing. So you become so attached, you have so much of passion to your job, and you start to be so much attached to your particular activity that you are performing. But if that is that activity a person remembers when he dies, that shall be his next birth. It's very scary. All right. So like example, now when you look at this photo here, is Bharata, King Bharat Maharaj. The India was named, the whole world was named Bharata because of him, such a righteous king. He gave up his kingdom. Those days, the king will never rule until death. They rule up to one level. When they see the prince are really qualified to run the show, he will inherit the kingdom and he goes to the forest to meditate. He will give up. He will go into a retired life. So he he went to the forest looking for to practice bhakti and to achieve perfection so he can go back home, back to God. At that moment, what happened? Suddenly he saw a baby deer being orphaned. Okay, the mother deer had a miscarriage when the tiger was chasing. So she had a miscarriage and the baby deer fell off, and he felt so pity, he took the deer and started to look after that. And eventually he became so attached to the deer. And Bharat Maharaj is not an ordinary person, he's such a great personality. That time what happened? When all these things happened, then one day the deer disappeared and he went frantically looking around, where's my deer, where's my deer, where's my deer? He slipped and fell, hit the head and dying. At that time of death, he was just thinking, what happened to my deer? Suddenly the deer appeared. Oh, my dear. Oh, my dear, are you okay? Where did you go? So he died in the thought of deer. And next birth, he born as a deer. And of course, because of his pious activity, because of his strong, good karma, he could remember his past life in the form of a deer. He regretted his act. He stayed near the place of hermitage where all the sadhus will be staying. He stayed in the hermitage and eventually gave up the body of a deer. And again, he was born into a family of a Brahmana. But he born. His name became Jada Bharat. Jada means useless. In Tamil also we call Jadam. Sometimes we call the dead body Jadam. Why? The Jada means useless. Yanda Jadama irukka Jadam. Vanduttan Jadam. Why Jadam? Jadam means useless. Good for nothing. So he had taken birth again in the family of a Brahmana, but his name became Jada Bharat. Why Jada Bharat? Because he could remember his past mistakes he had done. So in this birth, he just chose to be not to attach to anything. And they start to call him Jada, you just call him fool or whatever. He just was like not bothered. Right? It's a long story. It's all mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. So even a great personality will take the form of a deer or whatever. What is your thought? That shall be your next birth. So if you think of Krishna, you go to Krishna. If anything else opposite Krishna, you think, you go to that nature. Okay, and it's very, very scary. Okay, then after that, Krishna says in 8.7, what he says? Tasmat sarvesu kaleshu mam anushmara yudhyacha mayyarpita mano buddhir, intelligent, mind and intelligent. Mam evasya shangshayaha. So therefore, Arjuna, you should always think of me in the form of Krishna. Sometimes they ask, did Krishna say that? Why I can't think of him in any other form? Why I can't distinct? Why Krishna? Why? Because we are just following the instruction of Bhagavad Gita. We are not fanatics. We are following the rules of Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says, Tasmat sarvesu kaleshu mam me anushmara yudhyacha. Right? Mayyarpitam mano buddhir. So think of me in the form of Krishna. So you should always think of me in the form of Krishna. At the same time, Anusmara Yudhya. Yudhya means carry on your duty as fight. So Yuddha. Yuddha means fighting. At the same time, carry out your prescribed duty of fighting. With your activities. Then after that, he says, your activity dedicate to me. Again, see, that's why I said chapter 3 and chapter 5. Now Krishna is saying. So now you're dedicating your activity. That means you're not getting attached. You're not going to attach to the blood that's going to ooze out from the body. You're not going to attach to see that head gets slaughtered and the body starts trembling. You're not attached to any of this because you're simply performing the duty. Your eyes and the body is performing, your intelligence is performing, but everything I'm dedicating to Krishna. So I'm not getting attached. All right. So with the activity dedicated to me and your mind and intelligence fixed on me. Maya arpita, arpanam. Maya means me. Arpita, or in Tamil we call arpanam, offering. Mano, mind. Buddhir, intelligent. So he said, with your activities dedicated to me and your mind and intelligence fixed on me. And after that he says, you will attain me without doubt. There's no doubt about it. Okay. So now, after that he's continuing. Prayana kale manasha chalena bhaktya yukto yoga balena chaiva bruvor madhye pranam aveshya samyak satang parang purusham upaiti divyam. He says, one who at the time of death fixes life air between the eyebrows. What happened? This is, he was telling for yogis. Okay. He fixed his life air between the eyebrows, and by the strength of yoga and undeviating mind, engages himself in remembering the Supreme Lord in full devotion, will certainly attain the Supreme Personality of Godhead. All right. Can anyone tell us, can it be done in one birth? We discussed that, I think, a few days ago, yesterday. Can it be done in one birth? Can or not? Shanti Samantha. Raja Lakshmi. Can it be done in one birth?
Can also.
Are you sure? What
Which
we
one?
discussed in chapter 7. Can we attain perfection in one birth? He as a Dhyana yogi.
Oh, Dhyana yogi difficult.
So how long will it take?
Bhakti yogi only can. Devotional.
Very good. Very good. So as a
Devotional.
Dhyana yogi means we have to be perfected. Then we have to practice for few births. Then only we attain. Right or not?
Yes.
Yes. Very good. Fantastic. So that means we know.
Because
That means we
too
attain
much of
all this.
concentration. Each part you have to concentrate and try to hold on to it.
No.
do.
It's not that. It's not that. That means first we have to be perfected in our intelligence, our mind. We have to be able to control our mind. Then after that, we have to practice that for few births.
Oh.
Then only we can achieve. So now, so how the Dhyana Yogi achieve perfection is by this process, 8-10. But at the same time, Jnana Yogis means those who like to read a lot, study a lot. They want to see. So what happened? Yat aksharam veda yat daksharam veda vido vadanti vishanti yat yattayo vitaragaha yat icchanto brahmacharyang charanti tatte padang sangrahena pravakshe. Person who are learned in the Vedas, who utter Omkara, and who are great sages in renounced order, brahmacharya, brahmacharyam, renounced order, enter into Brahman. Desiring such perfection, one practices celibacy. That means that means the brahmachari, that means they are become celibacy. That means they must practice brahmacharyam. That means brahmachari means they shouldn't be married and they should be engaged in severe discipline. Okay, I shall now briefly explain to you this process by which one may attain salvation. But after that, of course, 11, 12, 13 was explained. Now we're jumping to 8, 14. That's why I hope that you all...
Prabhu,
Yes,
I have a question, Prabhu.
yes.
Before this, the Krishna is saying, wait a second. Renounced order into Brahman, enter into Brahman. That means what, Prabhu?
Krishna says, renounce order.
The great sages in the renounced order enter into Brahman means?
Into Brahman. That means they into the light. Brahman means the light, the Jyoti, Brahma Jyoti.
Oh, okay, Prabhu.
See, like all of us got aura, right?
Yes.
So Krishna's aura called Brahma Jyoti.
Okay, Prabhu.
There's a huge, all right? So I will discuss this later. I'm going to show you. I'm going to draw the chart. That's why I'm going this fast.
Okay.
Right? Okay. So now, then after that, 14, Krishna says, Ananya cheta satatang yo mang smarati nichayaha tasyaham sulabha partha nitya yuktasya yogina. For one who always remembers me without deviation, Krishna says. How? When one remembers me without deviation, without getting diverted, I'm easy to obtain. It's very simple. Oh, son of Pratha, because of his constant engagement in devotional service. So what are the devotional service you can think of? Like offering a flower to the Lord, cooking for the Lord. Every Sunday we all get together, we cook. Or we can distribute Bhagavad Gita, or we can read Bhagavad Gita. That's why I'm saying we talk about Krishna, or we go and clean up the temple or property of Krishna, or whatever service. So that's why I'm saying RDC formula I created after scrutinizingly go through this program. What is RD? Read. You have to read. You have to purify your mind. But you have to work for Krishna. You are engaging, right? Because of constant engagement. Like for instance, now you're thinking, okay, who can I distribute the Bhagavad Gita now? We are not trying to become a fanatic or some other religious process, try to receive. No, we are just trying to put a Bhagavad Gita, right? And we tell them, please study, because Bhagavad Gita is something that Gita reveals himself according to your nature. I don't know how many times I've read Bhagavad Gita in my life, but every time when I read, I'm always awe-stricken. What? I have not seen this before. From where this thing came from? Because you must understand Bhagavad Gita is alive. Granth is alive. Grantha, it's alive. All right. So that means by engagement, we can achieve it. All right. So now let's look at this. He's one of our Acharya in our Parampara. His name is Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Let's look at his activity. He is a British, British time magistrate. He's a judge. See, he go to bed at 8 o'clock at night. 8 to 10, he take rest. 10 p.m. to 4 in the morning, he writes. 4 a.m. to 4:30, he again take rest, half an hour. 4:30 to 7, he chant his round, japa. 7 a.m. to 7:30 is correspondent. Okay, because you have to read the case and everything, right? Then people will be sending him letter. So 7:30 morning to 9:30 in the morning, he studies Shastra. He studies that Bhagavatam. Then 9:30 in the morning to 10, he bathe, then take breakfast. He take bathe around 9:39, he take bathe, and of course, he take breakfast. 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., he go to the court duties. Okay. 1 p.m. to 2 p.m., he come back home, refresh himself. Then 2 to 5, he go back to court duties again. And 5 to 7, he translates Sanskrit to Bengali. And 7 to 8 p.m., he bathe and take prasadam. He bathe and take. So just imagine how his life is regulated. Okay. Although his job, he worked as a magistrate, he still balanced his life in this way. All right. So now, after that, 8:15, Krishna continues. Mam upetya punarjanma dukkhalayam ashashvatam napnuvanti mahatmana shangshiddhim paramam gata. What is this? Mam upetya punarjanma. Punarjanma means our previous birth. Dukkha. Dukkha in Malay also we call dukkha, suffering. No, kenapa you sangat dukkha hari ni? Dukkha cita. Dukkha cita. Dukkha cita dimaklumkan. So dukkha means suffering. In Tamil also you call dukkam. Okay. Alayam. Dukkha. Alayam means what? Alayam means place, area, environment. So after attaining me, the great souls, Mahatmana, okay, Napnuvanti Mahatmana. That means after attaining me, the great souls who are yogis in devotion. So we are not the yogi that go and meditate and know this thing. We are not a Jnana yogi who try to scrutinizingly study the Vedas. But we are Bhakti yogis. And as a Bhakti yogi, what we do? Simply use whatever talent Krishna has given you to serve him. That's it. If you think you can sing, sing for Krishna. If you think you can cook, cook for Krishna. If you think you like to dance, dance for Krishna. If you think you got, like myself, I start to think, what can I do serve Krishna? I say, I'm a talkative. I cannot keep quiet for a second. And I love to talk to people. I love to meet strangers. So I go and distribute Bhagavad Gita. That's what my Guru Maharaj told me. When I first met him in 93, December 25th, on Christmas Day, when he came, 6-foot American Swami. I said, wow, who's this guy? No, I just did some little seva. He just saw at me, he just stared at me. He just got up. He just hold my two hands like this. Said, just do this, nothing else. And that's the instruction that I'm holding till today. So I never learned how to cook. I never learned how to do yagya and all these things I never learned. I only learned how to cultivate devotees, right? Create opportunity, transform people's life through the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. So that's why simply use your talent. What is your talent? Use it for Krishna. That's it. Very simple. So you who yogis in devotion. So what happened? Never return to this temporary world. Never return to this temporary world, which is full of miseries. Full of misery means dukkalayam. All right. Because they have attained the highest perfection. Because they have attained the highest perfection, they never come back to this place which is called full of dukkalayam. Dukkha, or full of misery. Okay. So now Krishna says, A Brahma Bhuvana Loka Punar Avartino Arjuna Mam Upetya tu Kaunteya Punar Janmana Vidyate. Okay, this one I'm going to explain about. Yeah. Okay. So this one I'm going to draw the chart. But before that, shall we take a short break? Now it's already 8:40. Shall we take 2 minutes break? I need to put medicine into my nose. Right, I'm having a very bad running nose. Okay, so we continue our discussion. Okay, now we are talking about the creation of this material universe. Okay, how the thing is created. Okay, let's look at this verse. A Brahma Bhuvana Loka Punar Avartino Arjuna Mam Upetya tu Kaunteya Punar Janmana Vidyate. He says, Krishna says, from the highest planet in the material world down to the lowest, all the places are misery. Okay, even in heaven also there's a place of misery wherein repeated birth and death take place. Okay, but one who attains my abode, O son of Kunti, never takes birth again. So in this material world, we have this 4 situations. First, we born, and at last we die. But in between, the most scariest part is is to get old and also to get disease. All right. So now let's see what is that material creation. Okay. Now, when we look at this, okay, let me remove all these things. Okay, this will okay, first, So this is called spiritual sky. We call this a spiritual sky. Okay. In this spiritual sky, there's also one planet here. Okay, this planet, it looks like this. I'm not good in drawing. Anyway, I'm trying to attempt. All right. So this is called Goloka Vrindavan. Okay. This place is called Goloka. So this Goloka is a place where Lord Krishna resides. And this place looks like a lotus flower. Okay. So from this Goloka, there are innumerable planets. Okay, there's a innumerable planets. Okay. Example. Oh, cannot see. Okay, there's innumerable planets. Okay. There are millions and millions and millions of such planets. Okay. Okay. And what we call these planets? This is called, oops, sorry. This is called the Vaikuntha planet. Okay. This is called as the Vaikuntha. So this is all called as the Vaikuntha. That means here, all that expansion of Krishna is living here. Like Varahadev, Narsingadev, right? All these things. Okay. There are millions and millions Vaikuntha planet. Okay. And this is Goloka. And in this Goloka, actually, who stays? Here, actually, Krishna stays with this, what they call, the original form of Krishna lives here. Okay. So what is that original form? The form of Krishna, which is where he has a childhood. Okay. And he with his what they call, with his girlfriends, and his father Yashoda, father Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Devi, all these things, on all the pastimes that we can see, everything is running eternally in this place called Goloka. So what Krishna will do, Krishna will expand from, Krishna is original, from he expands as a, on the right hand side, he expands as Balaram. From Balaram, Anirudh and Aniruddha, Pradyumna, Mahashanka, something like that. So there will be a lot of expansion. And all that expansion, from there came the form of Vishnu. Okay. So there's a lot of forms of Vishnu will start to appear, and they start to take up all these planets. Are you all following me? Are you all okay?
Yes.
Is it all okay? You're
Yes.
following me? Okay. Now what happened? Now let's take out one of the Vaikuntha planet as a form of Vishnu. All right. We just take this as a blue color. All right. So then from here came one planet here. Okay. Okay. This place is called as Karana Ocean. Karana Ocean means the place of reason. Karana means reason, causal, C-A-U-S-E. So we call it a causal ocean. So in this causal ocean, what happened? The form of Vishnu from here will start to go into this. Will go into this Karana Ocean. Okay. In this Karana Ocean, it looks like this. Okay, he appears, right? He appears here. He goes into this Karana ocean. See, like for instance, when we are, okay, and this Vishnu name is called as Maha Vishnu. Or okay, never mind. Okay, we call as Karana Daksyasi Vishnu. All right, Karana Dakshai Vishnu. So this Karana Dakshai Vishnu is the Vishnu that creates creation. All right, this Karana Dakshai Vishnu who lives in Karana ocean. Okay, then what happened? When we put our hand into a water, you can see bubble, right? Can you all see bubble when you put your hand into the water?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, so when you put your hand into the water, you see a lot of bubble. Like that, when Karna Dakshai Vishnu entered, he created lots of bubble. There's so many bubbles start to come out from his body. Okay, there's so many bubbles start to come out from his body. Okay, so many bubbles. Okay, so many bubbles start to appear from his body. Are you following me?
Yes,
I hope
Prabhu.
I'm not confusing anybody. If you have any question, please stop me immediately. So now what we do, now let's take out this bubble out. Let's take this bubble out. See what happened. So after that, we take this one bubble. Okay. We take this one bubble. Okay. Like that, there's millions of bubbles appeared, right? So we just take one bubble out and I explain to you. Okay. So then now what happened? Now this Vishnu here, okay, like just now. So we take one bubble. So from Karadaksha, he created so many bubbles from his body. And after that, what did Karadaksha Vishnu did? After he created all these bubbles, he entered into that bubble. He entered into that bubble. Okay. He entered into that bubble. And here he is known as Garbha Daksyasi Vishnu. All right. He entered into all these bubble. He entered as a Garbho Dakshai Vishnu. Okay. What is Garbha? Garbha means, sometimes we call Garbha means when you are pregnant, right? Garbha, that means inside your stomach, Garbham. So Garbha means it's a place which is confined. Okay. In the womb, the child is confined. So that's why in Tamil also we call Garbha, Garbha. So he create Garbho Dakshai Vishnu. So Garbho Dakshai Vishnu entered into all the bubble. All right. What he did, he entered into all the millions of bubbles that he created. All the bubbles, he entered into every bubble. Okay. So now, what is this bubble? We call this as the, okay, we call it as the universe. All right. We call this bubble as one of the universe. Like that, there are innumerable universes are out there. Then from this bubble, see what happened. So from here, okay, from his navel, okay, that's from his navel. Okay. Okay, from his navel appeared who? Lord Brahma. Okay, from his navel appeared Lord Brahma. Are you all following me on this? Then after that, okay, then in between Garbho Dakshai, Vishnu and Lord Brahma, there are 14 planetary systems in between. And the middle one, we call it as the earth. All right, earth. Then after that, okay, let me draw with a different color. Okay. So the lower planetary system, 1, 2. Okay, so something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. So when we see here, this thing, right? This thing is all considered what we call this place. We call it as a lower planets. Lower planets. Okay. So we call this as lower planet. And here, at the lowest part, we call it as the hellish planet. All these things are called hellish planet. Patala, Loga, Tala, Tala, Mahatala. All these things are considered hellish planets. Then above the planetary system, above that, there's also more sublime planet. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? So above that, there's this thing. And this area, okay, this, I think this or this area, okay, somewhere here is called heaven. Okay, we call this heavenly planet. And of course, the place where Lord Brahma, we call Satya Loka. Okay, no, I don't want to confuse you further. Okay, we call this Satya Loka. So that means these are the planetary system. You got it? So now you see in this planet, in one bubble, we are living in this bubble. Okay, so this is Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. And after that, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu expanded further as what they called? Garbhodakshaya, the
Kshirodakasai.
Garbhodakshaya. Shiro. Who said that?
Rajalakshmi, Prabhu.
Oh, how you know?
I
studied
read,
this?
I read before.
Ah, very good. Fantastic. So he expanded further as Shiro Dakshai Vishnu. And who is Shiro Dakshai Vishnu? The Shiro Dakshai Vishnu is also known as Paramat. It also called as localized expansion. Or then also we call it as known also as Paramatma. Okay. Paramatma. All right. So it's also known as localized expansion or also Paramatma. So what happened when Lord Brahma start to create many varieties of life, or when he start to create, he need to create all these things in such a way where it all become like self-manifesting. Okay, example, I just need to get a male and a female fish and put it in a pond. And after that, I just don't need to bother about it. So through that union of male and female fish, it will start to create procreation within that pond. And after that, they will also intermingle among themselves, and it's going to create second generation, third generation, fourth generation, and everything. So that means I have just created a pond with water. But when I brought these two fish and put inside, they start to become self-procreating. So similarly, when Lord Brahma created the entire universe with all the things, he has to make sure that all these living entities are self-procreating and self-manipulating. Right? It's just like this. Okay. So, but in order to do that, what you need to do, there should be an energy force. There should be an energy force. So that's when this Kshirodakshai Vishnu expanded from what they call from Garbhodakshai, right? He expanded, and from that expansion, he enters into every atom. He's also entered into every atom in the universe. And of course, to the human being or every living entity, entered as Paramatma or as a super soul that lives in our heart. He entered into every heart as Paramatma. At the same time, he also dwells everywhere, even like coronavirus and everything, like for instance, hydrogen, H2O. So that means there should be a hydrogen which should be functioning, right? And when the function, it creates water. So in order for everything to move and everything, he has to be energized. So this localized expansion Kshirodakshai Vishnu entered into everything. At the same time, the same Kshirodakshai Vishnu also taken up the universal management he also entered into like all right. So when you look at this, the universal management, under the universal management, from this expansion, he actually became this Vishnu. All right. So the Vishnu that in charge of universal management, Brahma creates, Vishnu preserves, and Lord Shiva destroys. All right. And where does he live? He lives in this area he lives in this place, in this one particular planet, in this material world, which is called Vaikunta in this material world. And what we call this place? We call this place as all right. We call this place as Svetadvip. All right. We call this Svetadvip. So he lives in Svetadvip. So sometimes when you see, when there's a lot of trouble is happening in this world, when there's lots of trouble is happening around the heavenly or hellish planet or whatever in this world, when all the demons are coming torturing, all the devas from this heavenly kingdom, all the devatas, there are 33 million devatas, demigods. So that means when you look at this area, there's 33 million varieties of planets are there, because every deva will have one planet. Like Lord Brahma have this place, he call it as Satyaloka, and above Lord Brahma, in between of this border, is called Kailash, where Lord Shiva lives. So like that, all the devas will have their different realm. So what they will do, they come to this Svetadvip and beg for this Vishnu or this Kshirodakshai Vishnu to come down to save the world. So from here, Vishnu appeared as Narsingha, came as a Narsingha Dev, came as Ramachandra, came and all this. So where they came from? Because they have the origin in this universal planet called the spiritual sky. They have this origin here. Because they have the origin here, they also enter into this planet. So just imagine, my dear friends, what I'm trying to tell you here is, we are actually living in a bubble. All right, we are living in a bubble. Okay, in this bubble, anytime can happen anything. So in other words, when you really see, all right, we divide this for easy understanding. We divide this place into two areas. All right, one is we are talking about the spiritual world. Okay, the spiritual world, which is this thing. And second, we call it as the material world, which is full of darkness. Okay, there's two situations here. So now I want you to participate. When there is what they call Okay. When there is when there is a light, okay, when there is a light, all right, and when there's an object, the reflection, what we call it? What we call the reflection of the light? Shanti, Samantha, Rajalakshmi, Mataji. What we call the reflection of the light?
Shadow.
Yes, we call it a shadow. So this is the shadow. So the reflection of light, we call it as the shadow. So now when you see the place that we are living in this place which is shadow somewhere. No, we are living in this. Okay, so we are living in somewhere around this universe in that shadow. Like this, in the shadow, there's so many varieties and millions of universes, right? But what I'm saying is, we just take one for example. So actually, we are living in this one particular shadow out of nowhere. And in that shadow, we are living in this place called a little spot, which we call it as the material world. Somewhere here. Can you see the spot here? Can you see the spot here? We are living somewhere. So where are we actually? Right? We call this a shadow. Okay? Or material sky. Shadow or material sky. We are somewhere here. And out of millions and millions of universe, we are actually stuck somewhere here, which can't be seen. So when we look at this earth, then we have to come down. We come further down. Then we look at Asia continent. We come to the last part of Asia continent. We come to Malaysia. In that Malaysia, we see people who are so okay, Malaysia. Then we come scrutinized. We go to Perlis. We go to Taiping. We go to Ipoh. We go to KL. We go to JB or whichever place, right? Manjung. We just go to that scrutinize and that area. And from there, you scrutinize further, you go to that taman, that garden. And you go to the scrutinize, you go and pick one house. And you go into that house and you see you alone there. You're standing there. That's what I'm saying. This material world is a lonely place. It's a lonely planet. And all our relations that we are coming in contact and they are passing through, everything is basically just a passerby. Okay, so that's the thing, right? So of course, in between of this, of course, there's another thing. I don't want to go further, but I just don't want to confuse you. Now, do you all understand? From Goloka, Krishna was here. From Krishna, he expanded to Balaram. From Balaram, he expanded further to Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Sankarsana. Sankarsana then comes to Mahavishnu. Then after from Mahavishnu, entered into this Karna ocean as Karna Daksha Vishnu. And when he entered into that ocean, the body started to produce a lot of bubbles. And through that bubble, he entered into every bubble as Garbhodaksha Vishnu. And from his navel, Brahma appeared. And in between, there's a 14 planetary system from Brahma to this thing. And upper is heavenly, lower is hellish. Right? Then after that, for everything to run by itself, he expanded further as Kshirodaksha Vishnu. And Kshirodaksha Vishnu has two distinct. One is localized expansion, that is Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, and also as Paramatma, and he entered into every atom. And where does he live? He lives in Svetadvip. Okay? So when you see that the place that we are saying, in such a huge manifestation, there's a light, and opposite to that light is a shadow. In the shadow, we are living in somewhere in the dot. Okay? So now, just now, Rajalakshmi asked a question. What is Brahman? So Brahman means, now you see, there is a Krishna who lives in this place. Okay, there's a planet where Krishna lives in this planet. All right. And the expansion, the lights that come out from this is called aura. So also this area is also called as Brahma. It's also called as Brahma Jyoti. All right. The effulgent. They call as Brahma Jyoti. So all the things. So many people like to simply merge into the light. You see, Jodi, 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 Suyam, Jodi, 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 Arul. Is it God has no form, God has this thing. So they just want to merge into the light and become nothing. All right? Just imagine your soul, all right? Your soul, you are traveling. Okay, you are here. And now what do you want? You want to merge. Now you want to merge into Brahma Jyoti. So what happened? You travel. Okay, so that's your goal. You go into Brahma Jyoti. Can you see anything? Can you see anything?
No,
Hello?
Prabhu.
You become nothing. You just go there and become nothing. And that is the lowest form of liberation in the mode of ignorance. Just go there and become nothing. Even the Buddhism religion is talking about that. Nirvana. Just enter and be nothing. All right? So we are beyond this. Any questions so far?
Prabhu,
Yes.
when if the soul enter into the Brahma, it still stay individual, right?
He goes to Brahma Jyoti just like taking a sun bath. Just go there, relax for a while. Then after that, you fall back into this material world again.
Okay.
Hmm?
Okay, Prabhu.
All right. Now 8:16. Now let's look at this. So now we're going to talk about Brahma's lifetime. How long do Brahma live? Okay. When you see Brahma, all right. See in Kali, okay, there's 4 yugas just now we discussed, right? First is now we are living in Kali Yuga. Before us was Dwapara Yuga. Before that was Treta Yuga, and before was Satya Yuga. So now Kali Yuga, we live for 432,000 years. So far we have passed 5,000 years. Still we have 427,000 years left. Like people say, Armageddon is coming, world going to end. No. It's going to take another 427,000 years. All right. Then before this was Dwapara Yuga. The duration of Dwapara Yuga, the third millennium was 864,000 years. And before that millennium was 1.296 million years. And before that, the first millennium, the Satya Yuga, was 1,728,000 years. All right. So when this Kali Yuga, when 4 of this Kali Yuga you combine, we call one Chatur Yuga. Chatur means 4. Chatur means 4, right? So one Chatur Yuga. One Chatur Yuga combination. That means one run plus 4 yugas. That means all these combined, we call one Chatur Yuga. All following me on this? Right. Now, Lord Brahma lives 12 hours. I mean, he got 24 hours. So when you see the morning 12 hours and night 12 hours, we divide. So that means one morning 12 hours is equivalent to one kalpa, or what they call one kalpa. And what is one kalpa? So that means one kalpa human calculation is 12 hours of Brahma. So one kalpa means one Chatur Yuga times by 1,000. Can you imagine? So that means after you go through 1,000 Kali Yugas, 1,000 Dwapara Yuga, 1,000 Treta Yuga, 1,000 Satya Yuga, after this one kalpa, one round, 1,000 times, it's considered 12 hours of Brahma. Are you all following me? Is it too heavy, the message today?
This table is heavy, Prabhu.
Huh?
This calculation is heavy.
Calculation is heavy. So you feel like fainting?
No.
So you are not going to faint, huh? Then it's okay. So now, but do you understand? You don't need to calculate. All I've calculated already. Just listen only. Okay, Rajalakshmi? Lama, you fainted, huh?
Yes, Prabhu.
Oh, you're there. Thank God.
No,
You're already picked already. All right. Now all these Kali Yuga combined 1,000 times is 12 hours of Brahma. So that means one Chatur Yuga. And Brahma lifespan is 100 years. 100 years, right? So when you see, so then okay, now before that, one kalpa, or see, like 4.1 round of these 4 yugas is 4,320,000 men years, human years, men, all right, lifetime. So now when you talk about one kalpa means it is It is a, okay. Oh, yeah, got the calculation. Okay. So that means Brahma's, so that means 2 kalpa means times by 360 days times by 100 years. All right. So roughly Brahma's 100 years is equivalent to 311 trillion years, human years. How many years? 311 trillion human years. It is considered one life of Brahma. Are you following me? So half is around 165,000 years roughly. So 165,000 is daytime, 165,000 is nighttime. All right, 165 a trillion years. Okay. So what I am, okay, are you following me? Do you get it? I mean, you do not need to remember all this, but just get that idea. You got it? What happened suddenly? Okay, somebody says yes. Okay, 7. All right, great. Now the question I want to tell you. For these, we have passed through so many births within this one Chatur Yoga itself. What do you think about 12 hours of Brahma, 100 years of Brahma? Like these, the Shastra says, we have passed through hundreds of Brahmas. So we have been stuck in this material realm for time immemorial. For time immemorial. So now let's look at this. Just now I draw. This is what Garbhodakshay Vishnu, who lives at the bottom. From his navel come Lord Brahma, and in between there's a lot of planetary system. All right. So when night comes, partial annihilation. Partial annihilation means what? When the night comes, at night, right? At night, you know what happened? When the night comes, this half of this place is annihilated. Okay. This half of this place is annihilated, is doomed. All right? Half of this place is annihilated. And all the 7 planetary system above will sustain, will survive. But the earth to downwards, annihilated. So after annihilation, we merge back into Lord Vishnu. And after that, when Brahma come back, when the day start back, then Brahma will start to, after he go to bed, he come back, he start to recreate. That's when he start to recreate these planets, which is lower planets. Are you following me on this? Okay, now. So partial annihilation happened and every night of Brahma. So everything emerged into Garbhodakshay Vishnu, Narayana. You know the Garbhodakshay we down there, everything merged back. Then after they come back, everything will start back. So that means this partial annihilation happened every what they call half of the Chatur this thing. Every Chatur Yuga, 1,000 kalpa. Okay, 4 yugas times by 1,000. Okay, the thing happened, the half will be destroyed, will be annihilated, then recreate back again.
Prabhu, you mean the Earth planet is also annihilated, Prabhu?
Yes, yes. Earth also annihilated.
Thank you.
Now, only the heaven onwards will survive. So all these things annihilated. Then we merge back into Lord Vishnu. All right. So we merge back. After he's annihilated, he's merged back. Then after they recreate again and again and again. All right. So like that, imagine. So now 821. Let's see. See, just now I draw the thing, right? So this is all like a lotus. In between, there's a Krishna here. Can you see all this? Can you all see this?
Yeah.
Others? Yeah,
Yes,
take this
Prabhu.
one. See, all these like a lotus flower. All right, lotus flower. And from there, lot of petals, lot of bubbles come out from the lotus. This is all called Vaikuntha planet. This is all called spiritual sky. All right, from there it comes out there. Okay. Now, in 21, see what Krishna says. Avyaktokshara ityuktas tamahu paramam gatim yam uprapya na nivartante taddama paramang mama. That which the Vedantis describe as unmanifest and infallible. That which is known as the supreme destination. There's a place, all these places are called supreme destination. That place which having attained it, once you go there, one never returns. He will never return. And that is my supreme abode. So once we go there, we will never, never, never return to this place. All right. So 828, Krishna says, Vedesu yaknesu tapasu chaiva danesu yat punya palang pradistam atyeti tat sarvam edang viditva yogi parang stanam upaiti chadyam. A person who accepts the path of devotional service. When a person accepts the path of devotional service, is never bereft of the result derived from studying the Vedas and performing sacrifice, undergoing austerities, giving charity, or pursuing philosophical and fruitive activities. Remember, yesterday we talked about the ladder. We say from from Karma Yoga, straight jump to Bhakti Yoga. No need to go in between. So that's what Krishna is explaining here. Once you go there, you are still not bereft. That means it is not to say that you don't get that benefit of studying the Vedas, Jnana Yoga, or performing undergoing austerity, Dhyana Yoga, Gyan, Dhyan, Gyana, Dhy, Jnanam, the Dhyanam. All right. So they still achieve that simply by performing devotional service. See, Krishna says, simply by performing devotional service, he attains all these, and at the end, he reaches the supreme eternal abode. Just by doing that. You don't need to worry about meditating. You do not need to worry about studying the Vedas, all wasting time. Perform your bhakti. And how to perform bhakti, as I say just now, just identify what talent do you have. Just look at yourself in the mirror and say, what is my talent? And can I use that talent for Krishna? Just use that. Simple as that. Okay. So now this is also a story about Ajamila. Do we still have the time? What's the time? Okay. Oh, we are still in time. All right. So this is okay. Now this is example, right? Now let me explain. I'll tell you one story of Ajamila. This Ajamila was a young Brahmin boy. Here we're talking about Brahmin means devotees. Boy, very good looking, married to a very young, beautiful girl. One day he went to the prison. He went to the forest to pluck some wild flowers to offer to Krishna. When he was plucking the flower, he heard some low-born man with a prostitute having sex in the forest. When he saw that, he was like surprised. Now the question can come. He is also a grasta. He's a married man. Why did he got so captivated with these low-born people performing this sexual activity? Why? Because we should understand the relationship, the sexual relationship with the wife and with the prostitute is totally different. All right, here is totally different. All right, I hope you all understand what I'm saying. So when he saw that, he was so captivated. He wanted this kind of life. So he want to go behind her. And of course, the prostitute has so much of demand. You want to live with me? You must have, make sure you give me, I must have money, I must have this. You have to make her happy. Therefore, for that reason, he has to work. That means he gave up his Brahmanical quality. He became a thief, rogue, and all these things. He became a thief. He started to like kill the animal to eat. He started to like rape the woman. He started to accumulate all the sins that he can think of. He did. He became the most sinful person. All right. He cheat and everything in the garb of Brahmana. Then one day, at the age of 80, and he had a 5-year-old son. Imagine how lusty he is. At the age of 80, he still had a 5-year-old son through the prostitute. So he unfortunately he named the child Narayana. So when the Vishnu Dutas, when the Yamadutas came, when his time is up, so sometimes when you see a person who are dying, they start to stare at each other. I mean, if you're a doctor, I think you should have seen. How about others? I'm not sure. Sometimes at the final moment of death, they'll be looking at each other. They'll be looking like so fear. What is that? Oh, you. Because the Vishnu Dutas, the descendants of Yamadutas, they look so scary. Right? They look so scary and nasty. So what they do, they come like a cowboy. They take the cowboy rope and just pull the soul out. When he was preparing to pull the soul out of Ajamila to take him to hell, and suddenly, out of fear, Ajamila started to shout, Narayana, save me, Narayana, save me. He was calling upon the sun. The baby boy was playing there. He saw the boy was playing there. He was looking at there. He was searching. Suddenly, he was screaming at the sun, Narayana, come and save me. Narayana, come and save me. Come and save me. Come and serve me, Narayana. So why he was screaming that? So suddenly when the Yamadutas came, want to take us, suddenly the Vishnu Dutas came. Vishnu Dutas is the one that what they call The Dutas, Duta embassy, ambassador, right? He came and stopped this. He said, stop it. You can't take his soul to hell. And all the Vishnu Dutas says, what? What do you mean by that? No, he have chanted the name of Vishnu, and Lord Vishnu is so happy. He chanted the name of Narayana, and Lord Narayana told us to take him back home to Vaikuntha Loka. And they say, what? Nothing. So, and both of them had a fight. They fight. Until they couldn't do anything, they just went back. They went back, and there was a big argument happening. All right, there was a big argument. He said, no, you can. He's such a... Just imagine the sin that he didn't do. You have raped a woman. You have eaten meat. You have done everything. And you're telling us, no. And then Vishnu says, no. Vishnu wants him back. That's it. Then after he saw that both conversation, then what happened? Then Yamadutas and Yamaraj both left. Okay. So Vishnu Dutas want to go back, and Yamadutas also went back. So what happened? This Yamaduta came to the court. This is Yama, hellish planet. Okay, Lord Yamaraj. And there's a Yamadutas came and was telling Yamaduta. Yamaraj, he was telling Yamaraj, dear Yamaraj, I went and supposed to catch this guy, Ajamila, who is so sinful. When I was about to snatch his life away, suddenly this beautiful form in 4 arms, they called themselves Vishnu Dutas. They came and stopped it. They said he has to go back to Vaikuntha Loka. I just don't understand what is happening. Can you please kindly tell me? And Vishnu and Lord Yamaraj says, well, after he contemplated, listened to this, he realized what went. He said, look here, go and catch any soul, sinful soul to me. But try to avoid these people. Try to avoid a person who chants the holy name of the Lord, who always chant the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. He only shouted Narayana, 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 Vishnu Deva, Vishnu, Krishna, whatever. But of course, the recommended is Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So whoever chants this mantra, avoid these people. You understand? Okay. Second, avoid people who are wearing this Kanti Mala, the Tulsi Mala. The Tulsi that they are having on their neck. When you see them, avoid that people. Number 3, if you see anyone who are putting the tilak on their forehead, avoid them. And number 4, those who worship Tulsi in the house, never ever go near them. Understand? I say, okay, so better avoid all these people. But after that, now come back to the Ajamila story here. So Ajamila story here, after he start realize his mistake. All his life wasted out of lust. Then he come back to his real understanding. He start to worship Krishna. That eventually, after he left his body, after a few years, right, he went back home, back to Godhead. So how are you going to be invited back to Goloka, Vrindavan or Vaikuntha Loka? Is through this, like this. So Vishnu Dutas, the ambassadors will come to fetch you back. How they come? They come in Garuda, like Garuda Airlines. They come in a Garuda Airlines or Garuda, and so they will take the soul, and you'll get a body of this called Swarupa Siddhi, Swarupa Moksha. That means you also have a body like Vishnu, beautiful body, Satchit Ananda Vigraha, beautiful body with this blue color and all this, and they will invite you with so much of respect, and of course they blow the conch shell with so much of victory. They'll take you, put you back into the chariot, into that airplane, and fly you back home, back to Godhead, to Vaikuntha Loka. Or same thing, Krishna, you go back to Krishna. Okay, so this is what the life is all about. So what actually our intention is nothing. Our intention is that all of you start to realize your Swarupa Siddhi. What is your original form? And go back home, back to Godhead. Right? So you may ask, so what is the benefit of you doing? Are you collecting members? We are not collecting members. Like previous class, someone said, I would like to convert to Hare Krishna. We do not convert people. All right? We are just telling, stay in wherever you are, but simply change your consciousness. Add Krishna to your life. Chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Read Bhagavad Gita daily. If possible, not so you say it's possible, should distribute Bhagavad Gita. When you go to distribute Bhagavad Gita, when you chant Hare Krishna and all this, you can achieve this highest perfection in this very birth itself. Even if you can't make it in this birth, it's still okay. Because your next birth of human body is guaranteed. And next birth, you're not going to be born into an animal kingdom or any low-class human being like the businessman or rich man or aristocrat. You'll be born into a devotee family and you easily continue where you stopped. And eventually, maybe this can be for some, it can be, in this birth can be a final. For some, it can be semi-final. For some, it can be quarter-final. Or some, you're just getting into the league. It's okay. It doesn't matter. Where do you, but you have already started. So you eventually will achieve your perfection. So what we suggest, why not now? Why do you want to be born again? Why do you want to go through the trouble again? Right? Being born, then go to school, get education, get married, having children, having tough time with the children, all these things. Then after you go, you get disease. Then why? If possible, try to attempt, try to work, because Krishna is in your heart. The Shirodakshay, the Paramatma is in your heart. He's watching over you. He's just thinking, how much do you really want to go? Whether you can do it or not is secondary. But you must have a sincere endeavor and sincere, what they call, desire. Pray to Krishna, dear Krishna, please take me back home in this very birth itself. I can't wait to see you. Krishna will draft the way. Of course, what we are telling you, a general way. But how you're going to perform is between you and Krishna. Because we are all very authentic people, just like your thumbprint, your face, the way everything you look is so authentic. No one has the thumbprint that you have before and also the future. The way you look, no one looked like you in the past, and no one going to look like you in the future. The thing, you're so unique. Similarly, you have a unique relationship with Krishna. Krishna is omnipotent, omniscient. There are millions. Krishna just have a unique relationship with you. Just pray to Krishna. And this month, Damodara, like tomorrow when we meet, I hope that all of you can prepare a ghee lamp. Just take a small thing, just put a little bit ghee, just with fire, and just start offer. And I hope that tomorrow when you come, every one of you can open on your camera, so that I would like to capture the moment of you offering ghee lamp. So I would like to offer it to my spiritual master, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. So I like to show him that how the online devotees are performing bhakti in a unique way. I think no one have done it before. If we do it, we are the first to do it. So please prepare the ghee lamp tomorrow and on your camera and offer the ghee lamp, so that moment will be captured. All right. Then, so take the commitment, RDC formula, read Bhagavad Gita, distribute Bhagavad Gita, and chant Hare Krishna. But even you can't do any of this, at least you must read Bhagavad Gita and try to chant 16 rounds every day. If you're going to chant 16 rounds, you see your life will become perfect. With that, we end the session. Thank you so much. Is there any questions, any comment? Hare Krishna. I can't hear you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Prabhu, this annihilation, Prabhu, there are three daily, every day of Brahma and the end of the day of Brahma, they go away, Prabhu.
No, the whole creation is annihilated.
For that and the end of the day.
End of the day. So what we do, we are all merged back into Krishna.
It's the total annihilation also.
That's total annihilation after his 100th year.
Yeah, but so for a very long time, you will hibernate in the abdomen of Garbhodaksha Vishnu.
You mean when you talk about total annihilation, is it?
No. But even the Brahma, a partial annihilation also, you'll be hibernating in the Garbhodaksha Vishnu.
No. Partial annihilation, we will hibernate in Garbhodaksha Vishnu, yes.
Yeah. What about if I die now, bro?
The total annihilation, all go back to Karnadaksha Vishnu. Huh?
If I die now, it's not the end of the Brahma's day. When I die now, how long will I have to be away without a body, Prabhu?
So you are practicing, you are initiated, okay, you are chanting. I think you're chanting 64 rounds. You told me that day, yes?
Yeah,
Prabhu?
Yeah.
You're chanting 64 rounds, and every day you're reading Bhagavad Gita, you're dwelling in that thing. And of course, you're 80 plus, 84, 85 years old.
Yeah.
And even in this age, your mind is sharp and you're practicing bhakti very nicely. I do not want to speculate, but on a general ideology, right, in the general term. So when you leave the body, it depends in what conscious you have. All right. So are you in fully Krishna conscious, or are you fully perfected your human birth? say like you didn't, or say like it happened in forgetfulness. All right, you forget about Krishna at that crucial moment. All right, in Padma Purana, Lord Shiva guarantees. You remember that?
Yeah.
What was the guarantee, Prabhu?
He'll come and say in your ear, Ram
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
He will come and remind you.
Yeah.
So you are in safe hand. Even you forget, Lord Shiva is there to remind you.
But how long will I be without a body, Babu?
Sorry?
Oh, you mean, okay, I'm not perfect. Even the Lord Shiva doesn't come to remind me. If I get, I'm supposed to be born again, how long do I wait for another birth?
Oh, how long? Okay, now for a devotee who have practiced and you were not perfected, I think within 3.5 hours.
Oh, so far.
Yeah, 3.5 hours, you'll take the next body.
Thank you. That was be my.
And then you go to the next body, you'll sleep in that womb for 7 months. I think after the consciousness starts after how long? Huh? It's like after 7 months, right? Huh? After that, the consciousness will develop. First, the body will start develop and everything, but the consciousness will develop after 7 months. Then like that.
Thank
You
you.
put me in a limelight, Prabhu. You ask a very crucial question in an open platform. Anyway, Prabhu, Bhagavad Gita said so, and even Prabhupada also said so, that if you're going to chant Hare Krishna, you are taken care. All right? We may not know how the process is going to happen. So what we say is based on some evidence from the Vedas here and there. All right. But what Krishna says, what Lord Chaitanya says, just chant Hare Krishna and be happy. In this Purana, what they call Harinama Chintamani, he says, even when you chant Hare Krishna, even say Krishna, even say Ra, even say Ram, you don't even complete the thing. Your prarabdha karma is destroyed. No? If at all, if you think that you're going to be a rebirth, definitely you're going to be born into a family of pious devotees and you're going to continue. Or if at all Prabhupada decides, of course he remembers, okay? I think Prabhu, that let me see. Okay, now when you look at this, okay, contemplate on this prayer, Prabhu. Mantra 18 of Ishopanishad.
Yeah.
Okay. Mantra 18 of Ishopanishad. Akne Naya Supataraye Asman Vishwani Deva Vayunani Vidwan Yuyuddasmat Juhuranam Eno Bhuyishtam Te Nama Uktim Videma. Here it prays, O my Lord, as powerful as fire, O omnipotent one, now I offer you all obeisances, falling on the ground at your feet. O my Lord, please lead me on the right path to reach you. And since you know all that I have done in the past, please free me from the reaction to my past sins, so that there will be no hindrance to my progress.
The last verse, Prabhu.
Last verse, mantra 18. Contemplate on that mantra, Prabhu.
Yeah.
So, Prabhupada is there. You have done a fantastic service. Of course, it's between you and Krishna. So, that's why it's what Bhagavad Gita, Krishna, there's no loss or diminution. All the things that you have done, nothing goes to waste. Maybe when you start back, you'll never be a doctor. You have to start from ABC kindergarten, right?
Yeah.
So you have to start back. All the dattaship, everything is only gone through with the body. But other than that, when you're going to start back, but what is going to follow you is your bhakti, is your knowledge.
Prabhuji, what is this mantra 18 you saying? Is it Upanishad? Is it something?
Ishopanishad.
Oh, Ishopanishad. Oh.
Ishopanishad. Yeah. I supposed to start the class. Still haven't got the time yet. Going to start soon. Right? Okay. So I'm overwhelmed with your question, Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu. I feel so humbled. Humble in the sense of not to see the reality of that scenario, but the guarantee of Vedas, the guarantees of Acharyas, that when we simply surrender to Krishna, when we chant Hare Krishna, when we practice this bhakti very nicely, very sincerely, sometimes also Krishna says that we may make mistake, right? So, so he's not going to look like Lord Jagannath. He's got a big eyes. He only want to see all the good things you have done. He doesn't want to see what's your fault. Okay, everything will be fine.
We don't know anything about that, Swamiji, that Jagannath Prabhu, but I know
Definitely.
it's something to do with our heart. I mean, Krishna's heart, which is pumping.
No. That is different. That is different.
Oh,
See,
that
Lord
is
Jagannath appeared in this world because he was so excited to see all the devotees serving him. His eyes became big. He don't have ears. That means he want to see the good things in you. He doesn't want to listen anything bad about you. And he gave a big smile. We will discuss about this Jagannath Leela in one of the classes. Okay. All right. So thank you so much. I hope that you all have learned something. Of course, I know that today's topic is quite heavy because we speak about cosmology. So whatever I spoke on cosmology is just an introduction. All right. Of course, it's a very detailed study. You can see that in Canto 3, Srimad Bhagavatam, and also Canto 5. Canto 3 of Srimad Bhagavatam was like introduction. Canto 5, I think, is detail. So, of course, we do not want to be an astrologer or a cosmologer. We just want to know what is that destination is there and where we're going to head on. So, all these are just a knowledge.
So we can tell us something more about Raja Parishit Prabhu. Raja Parishit Prabhu gave us a class. He's also in the medical profession, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Where is he coming from, Prabhu? He's
from Sarawak.
But that is the Parishit Prabhu who is taking class for us.
No, the two Parikshit both are from Sarawak.
Both of
Raja
us.
Parikshit and Veera Parikshit both from Sarawak.
Oh, I see.
But now Raja Parikshit has already transferred to Kulim.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu.
So like that. So that's what Krishna says. That's why I'm saying, hold Bhagavad Gita close to your heart. Because Krishna assures. Krishna is not asking you to give up everything and be a mendicant. He doesn't want you to become a mendicant. And he doesn't also want you to become a bookworm, sit and study the books. He just wants you to express your love through the talent naturally given to you. That is Bhakti Yoga. So with that reflection, we will meet again tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. On chapter 9. It's going to be even more mind-blowing chapter. All right. Chapter 9 is confidential knowledge. It's going to be even unbelievable, right? So today, please try. Tomorrow is Saturday. I think most of you on leave. Please go through chapter 8 and study all that, what they call, all that purport. Okay. So let's get prepared for tomorrow, chapter 9. And as I said, I hope that all of you can just prepare a ghee lamp or ghee stick or whatever. So just offer the ghee lamp before we start our Gita program. Okay, whatever I've said, if I've offended anyone, kindly forgive me. Whatever I've said is I'm just simply repeating what I've heard from my spiritual master and the opinion of Acharya. Nothing of this is my own personal opinion. All right. Till then, have a beautiful day. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyevacha paditanam pavenebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Hare Krishna. Good night. Gauranga.